Hello.
It's raining. I don't know if you
Yes.
can hear it. I'm sorry, guys. We live in Thailand and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's super hot, but also super rainy. Hopefully, you guys can hear us well. Moving to Sweden, my top 5 convenience about life in Sweden by Life in Sweden YouTube channel. Please go subscribe to her channel. She needs to reach 1,000 subs to monetize her channel. So let's go. Let's get
Let's
started.
get started.
Yes. By the way, we have Buy Me a Coffee. If you want your suggestion done quickly, it's an option that is open to you. Yes. Okay, let's go.
Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to talk about 5 things that make Sweden, in my opinion, one of the most convenient countries to live in. For those of you who are new here, my name is Shalika Maka. I grew up in Sri Lanka. I lived for 10 years in my 20s in England. And for the last 15 years or more, I've been living in Sweden. I raised my 2 young boys and I live here with my husband. And on my channel, I like to talk about all of the things that I've come to appreciate about Sweden. So let's jump into it. The first thing that I think that makes life so convenient here in Sweden is something called Bank ID. Now, Bank ID was launched in 2003, if you believe it, 23 years ago. They started using something called Bank ID. It's an app on your phone that allows you to connect into your bank account. Now, it helps you do a plethora of things. It helps you sign for school documents, for medical documents, for governmental documents. Check out all of your medical history, your bill. All of those things are so easy to access and sign and work through with the Bank ID. It really makes your life very, very convenient. And I
Do we have this here?
In Thailand, we have like called Thai ID, right? You're gonna have all the information about Thai citizen in there, like the certificate of when I change my name, marriage certificate, everything will be in there. But I'm old, so my birth certificate not there anymore. So basically, I don't have my certificate in that application, and I can also check like the history of my health, thing like that. But the thing is that it still suck. Because
Why?
you cannot do anything like this.
No?
You cannot sign for school. You cannot sign for anything. But yeah, the like. But right now you can open the bank account, right? Like for scan your ID, face ID, thing like that. They still can check it for you. But no, it's not convenient
Well,
like
it's
this.
still much better than in Canada. I don't remember growing up having anything like this.
I see you and your mom doing this kind of like bank stuff, right? It's so convenient for me. It's so easy. How come your mom can do it for you? But I mean, even
What do
in
you mean
Thailand,
that my mom can access my bank?
can do your bank can change the card for you, thing
Oh,
like
my
that.
my mom can change
Yeah.
the card for me?
But in Thailand, I don't think you can do it.
No?
You need to bring your face
Because my mom
to
is
the
like
bank.
you're a plus one. You're guaranteed or something. My mom used to work at a bank too. So when something happened to you, she's the people that you call on the card, like the emergency contact. So she's the one
Yeah.
that can do some change to my card, I guess. Oh, you cannot do anything like this?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
love that about Sweden. And I'm sure, and I do know, even Sri Lanka, a lot of countries have started these sort of apps that are really allow you to make your banking and all of paying all of your bills really convenient. The fact that they started in 2003, I think that was
But you can pay electricity bill with that, no? You can pay.
Yeah, you can pay
Yeah.
everything. It's like right now I don't even have cash. I just bring the phone.
Yeah.
That's it.
2 years after I left Sri Lanka and 23 years ago is absolutely mind-boggling to me. We had something called a DUSA when I first moved here. Not everybody was using it. I will leave a picture up here and you will see. So this little thing allowed you to get into your bank account. Now I had something like this in Barclays Bank when I was in England as well. So this has been around for a while, but the Bank ID on your phone has been a relatively new thing for a lot of countries, sort of Asian countries, and correct me if I'm wrong. As you know, I love people on this platform to talk about things and to discuss, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm all for it, but just keep it clean. That's all I ask. So Bank ID is really at the top of my list. Number 2 has to be Swish. Now, this is another app. It was launched in 2012, so it hasn't been around as long as Bank ID, but it was started by 6 of the biggest banks here in Sweden. Now, it was really made to develop and to facilitate payment between private people and to make it really go quite fast. And it really is a game changer. In 2014, you were allowed to start using it in sort of paying for your things at the supermarket, and a lot of organizations and companies started using it. So nowadays, if you don't have your bank card on you, or something's not working, you always have a Swish on your phone, and you're able to use that to pay. Now, it's also a really great thing because when, for example, I'm going out shopping and I see an ice cream that my colleague really likes, or something that somebody, a friend of mine really likes, and I find it, and I'll call them and say, shall I pick it up for you? And they will just swish me the monies directly to my bank account. It's there within seconds, and then I can just make the purchase for them, which is really, really great. Over 8 million statistics that I wrote down here, over 8 million people.
Maybe I'm stupid, but I don't see what's the big deal about this one.
We also have it.
Yeah, but that's why I asked, like, is it super revolutionary?
It's just easy to remember. Like a lot of people doesn't remember their bank account, right? But
Yeah.
people remember the number. It's easy.
It's there within seconds, and then I can just make the purchase for them, which is really, really great. Over 8 million statistics that I wrote down here, over 8 million people in 2026 are using Swish. It really makes your life so convenient. Number 3, and I promise this is the last app on my list, has to be Kivra. Now, Kivra is a relatively new app for me. It was started in 2011. So a long time ago. It was launched then or founded then. And the purpose of that is to really digitalize all of our paperwork, to sort of reduce the amount of paperwork that has to come into your home. So, for example, all my physical receipts, all my bills, all my tax papers, all of that goes onto Kivra, an app. And using the bank ID, which I spoke about at the beginning, I can make all my payments at a touch of a button. It goes.
Why you do this?
I'm trying to think. I want to remember something. I think we have electronic bill like this.
Yeah?
Sometimes they always ask me, do you need the paper or electronic bill? Thing like that. But I always say, just give me the paper.
It's an app where all the bill go into.
Oh, okay.
It's not an app for 7-Eleven, an app for Tesco. It's an app where everything go through, I think.
I think
Right?
They
we
log
lost
into
every
my
day.
bank account and make all the payments and add in their bank accounts and add in all of the security numbers. I bypass all of that with Kivra. I just put a click on the payment bill, I go to my bank ID, I sign for it on my bank ID, and the payment will go when the due date. The only thing is that the company that you are dealing with has to be using the app as well. So my boss puts all of our pay slips on it. It's really, really convenient, and I love Kivra. It just consolidates everything. I don't need to do any filing. Those that I had to file on my tax papers. Now everything is in this app, and I just can go through it. It's almost having a filing system on your phone. It is so convenient. Let me know in the comments below, do you have an app like this where you live? I'm sure a number of countries, especially in Scandinavia, are using these kind of apps, but I really find it so convenient to have everything consolidated and just cutting down my paper. It's good for the environment, it's good for my mental sanity, and it really makes Sweden a very convenient country to live in. Number 4 is the transport system. Now, I've lived in England.
What?
Now when they are talking about transportation, you don't ask me about my country anymore.
Why it's bad? Better in Canada.
Really? Maybe you are talking to us about Bangkok.
England as well, and I loved the tube system, and I had absolutely no problems. But it is a lot more complicated than it is in Sweden. Sweden's tube system, they don't have as many. It's not as large. It's just really easy to follow, and it's sort of like a spider. You've got this body in the middle, central station, and absolutely everything, almost absolutely everything goes through it. So from there, you can go to the south, you can go to the north, you can go to the east. So it really is very easy to follow. And I find that the transport system here in Sweden is just impeccable. So I did some research, and
But they only have this in Stockholm, the metro system, and I think maybe in Gothenburg. I'm not sure, but it's not like in the countryside. I don't think they have any metro system like this.
Oh,
No,
really?
they don't. Because where are they going to go? People live in their small town, right? Where are they gonna go with that? If they want to go to Stockholm, they're gonna take the train because it's too far.
But when you go to work, how can you go? With a car?
In the countryside, there's not that much traffic. I guess you just take your car, you take your bicycle, or you walk, or I mean, from what I remember in Sweden, you don't have the metro system countrywide like this. Like it's only one of two major or three major cities.
Just for my purposes as well. And I found out that the Swedish transport system has been compared almost as good as the Japanese transport and trains. They're almost always on time. Now, that doesn't mean to say that there aren't any delays, and people who travel on the tube, I'm sure, complain. A friend of mine came home to my house yesterday. She got late. There were delays. But for the most part, everything runs pretty smoothly here. You don't have to pay cash. Everything is on a card. And the one thing that I love about using the transport system here in Sweden, the tube system here in Sweden, is that when you scan to go in to the train, you don't need to scan when you come out. Now in England, you have to scan in and you have to scan out. There are people going out all the time, and it really helps the flow of traffic because obviously you've paid to get your ticket to go in, so which means you should be able to come out for free. So that system has been here since I moved to Sweden, and I was mind blown because I lived in.
Well, in Thailand, when you pay, right, you get a coin, some kind of coin that you scan, and when you get out at your station, you need to give the coin to the machine, so the machine eat your coin, and you can pass the gate.
I don't even know how to use it.
It's to make sure that you go out at the right station, and you don't go out like 20 stations later. You pay per station in Thailand, so if you go 5 stations further or 10 stations further, the price that you pay is a little bit different. It's like progressive payment that you pay depending on how far you go. Is how far I go out? Yeah. Why?
England, and you had to scan out and you had your queues up, and it was just so refreshing when I came to Sweden.
My dog love me so much. You're not gonna believe it.
Yeah. Now they are eating?
Yeah, they are eating,
gonna-
and they are waiting for me.
Yeah, of course.
I hadn't really thought about it, but it's those small things that really make travel so convenient here in Sweden. Now, I take the bus all the time from work back home. It's so easy to get on and off. My children travel alone on the bus. It's really clean and safe, and I find them so well organized. There are lots of different buses going in different directions, and I really think that the Swedish transport system makes life and getting about so much easier. And finally, this one is a biggie for me and for parents. As a nursery teacher and living in England and working in England for 10 years, I know firsthand how difficult it was for parents to find good schools to put their children into. They would move houses, they would move districts just to get to a good school district. I was working in a nursery school in England. Next to it, they had a school, but they had like a metal detector and they had a stabbing going on there. And it was just really difficult to get your child into a good school. The system in Sweden, I'm teaching here as well, so I have a good idea of the system here. The system here in Sweden is a close proximity to where you live. Now, all of the schools, not to say all of them are the exact same. There might be some discrepancies between them, but there isn't such a huge divide where you would think about moving houses to get your child into a good school. Schools are free here, and what you have to do is you have to go into your commune website. So your municipality website. So I live in Järfälla.
That was the same growing up. I go to school that is near my house. That's it. Is that the same for you too?
Oh yeah, I go to no, I cannot compare my school to
No,
your
no,
school
no,
or
but
anything.
in London, where she was in the UK, sometimes it's too dangerous. So they send their kid to other that are more far because their area is too dangerous. That's what she explained. But in
okay.
Canada, it was not dangerous. So we just go to the school that you can walk. I was walking to school growing up. So, you know.
In Thailand, they have school in the village.
Yeah, too, in the smaller
like
village.
in small village. Like my village, we have school. So I just walk to school,
Yeah.
you know, like with my friend or bicycle, thing like it's not even far.
But like it goes to show that the UK is not that far from Sweden. But then some areas too dangerous, so the parents don't want to send their kids to the school near them. And now I know people are going to blame immigration. They're going to say, well, there's a lot of brown kids or kids from the Middle East or from other countries that are going to that school, so we don't feel safe. So we send our kid to a white school that is a little bit further. That's what she's trying to say without saying it, basically.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
What I did was I went on there. I had my personal number. I added in my kids. You make your choices. There are a plethora of schools in the area, so it's really lovely. And you gave your choices 1, 2, and 3. And then it's an automated system that gives you the school that's closest to you. It really works seamlessly. It's a beautiful system. Everything is sort of very equal, and nothing is sort of, you can't really call and get them to change it for you. It doesn't really happen like that. So the system is very fair, and I love that about Sweden, and that you do get warm meals in the school, and it's so convenient because you don't have to think about cooking lunch. You don't have to think about cooking breakfast. Your kids can walk to school because most often the school's close by. You don't have to drive them back and forth. In the summer, they cycle. So I really love that convenience about living in.
Well, school was not free, though. Education is not free in Canada. So either my mom make myself a lunch. It's like a sandwich with some carrots and some chips. Or you can pay for a meal in school. These are like the two options.
I always eat pork stick.
Outside the school, you can buy pork stick from the vendor.
Yeah, or I also bring food
Oh, yeah.
to school too.
Oh, yeah, because Sujy
sometimes
was
like-
waking up at 4 to
like
make rice.
Yeah, like
4 a.m.
omelette or anything like that. But
Oh.
yeah, for us, because there always gonna be people selling stuff in school, like some snack, papaya salad. Always eat there, and yeah, we have lunch right free, but it like. Sometimes dog food even better than that. So not really enough for the stomach. Have to go buy more. People had a house near school. She just opened a shop.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people are going to have their house near the school and they open their house for people to go get food from her selling. So it's more like community kind of mindset versus like we have a business inside the school that sells food or things like this.
In Sweden, that you don't really need to think about putting your kids into a fancy school and paying high school tuitions. And the reason I love that so much is that most of the kids are given this sort of same chance in life. Now, of course, we have within our family as well, there are people who are very, very wealthy and they travel and they go skiing trips and they can give their kids all of that. But when it comes down to actual schooling and learning, that system, all of the children in Sweden, in my opinion, are equal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's watching from Sweden, but I think
good.
that's just a great, great thing for the kids, that everybody gets a sort of same level of care and learning in school, which I really, really appreciate. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. For those of you who subscribed to my previous video,
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of countries, just having access to school.
You won't die here if you talk about food.
You will what?
Except you have diarrhea. You're not gonna lack of food. You're always gonna find food everywhere.
Yeah.
Except the food in school.
Yeah, but it's because you need to understand in Sweden and Canada, you need a permit to sell food anywhere, basically.
that's
You
true.
cannot just go in front of a school and bring your cart and sit there and sell food to the kid. You cannot do that.
Actually, like some big school or thing like that, you have to pay to school too. Like for example, did
Oh, you
block,
need, you need to
it's
pay for the
you.
area. Yeah, you rent the place.
Yeah,
But I
like
mean,
that.
the difference is that it's very corporate in Canada. When you go to like the canteen inside the school, it's like a business that sell their stuff, or the school, but there's people making money through the school. The vendor that sell pork stick in front of your school, it's him that make money. The school maybe get the rent money, but the money from the food, it go to the vendor pocket. It's a different kind of...
Okay, and there's also another thing. If that school doesn't have free food, right? But they're gonna have people, like for example, I want to sell food in school, like that is like a food court, thing like that. So you rent to school and then you sell your food there
Yeah.
inside school, not outside.
To sell anything in front of your house or in front of a school or something like this, you need a permit. It's complicated and things. It's very different in Thailand, where literally 30% of people that make money in Thailand, they have their own business selling something. Like when you think about it, right? So anyway, nice video. If there's more like this, let us know in the comment below. Yes.
Yay!